Baseball's got to do something about this. Why are we seeing more strikeouts? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Well, Trevor Bauer, I guess, is given one reason from his perch in Cleveland or from high on, what does Damashek call it? Mount Pius. He is, I mean, he needs an oxygen mask. He's so high up on Mount Pius, Trevor Bauer, sitting there from the Cleveland dugout where he's pissing off most of the world. And he flat out tweeted a suggestion that the Astros are using pine tar to get a better feel of the baseball for their pitchers, and the spin rate has radically improved for pitchers that come from somewhere else and go to the Astros. And Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole are perfect examples. Not like these guys weren't lights out wherever they were, but the spin rate means it's tougher to see and the ball moves more. So when you add more on the spin rate, you're now doctoring the baseball in a way or giving a competitive advantage. As he tweeted out, pine tar is more of a competitive advantage in a given game than steroids are. So, of course, everybody now runs to A.J. Hinch, the manager of the Astros, before last night's game and say, well, what do you say, sir? Are you using pine tar? Are your guys using pine tar to advance a spin rate? And this spin rate is now, that's the metric. I mean, you're now in A.J. Hinch's wheelhouse because you want pitchers with a better spin rate for their curveball, fastball, et cetera. Here you go.
Honestly, I roll my eyes at it, but I do think probably people need to sweep their own front porch and deal with their own situations more than throw allegations around that are unfounded. So I don't know if it's a personal vendetta or if he's got a problem with things. I know, sometimes Twitter considers itself the police of the world, but in this situation, it's time to get to baseball. We'll have to deal with it again when he comes next week because he's decided to make himself front center on dealing with baseball curiosities. But our guys are pretty good. They don't need to be thrown under the bus like that.
Okay, so if pitchers are using pine tar to get better spin rate and thus getting a competitive advantage and thus creating more strikeouts in the game, then baseball's got to get a handle on that and fix it. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm saying if this is a part and parcel of what we're seeing, then baseball can fix it and police it and do something about it. How many times, and I'm not saying that the Astros are doing it or not, but how many times do you see a pitcher where their baseball cap is one color on top and the bill is a dark shade, if not flat out pine tar black? How many times do you see that?
Often.
And then they fix their cap or whatever. If this is the case, then get this thing the hell out, because this is ruining the game. It's going to ruin the game. I'm telling you, people, and I'm not wringing my hands like one of those traditionalists that always say, get off my front lawn. I am open to ideas to make this game more 21st century. I am still a traditionalist at heart. I don't want to take my kids to a game or sit them down and then the ball's not put in play for half the game. You will see people run away in droves, I'm telling you. Secondly, what way do you do? Okay, so how to set this up? This is the fix that I think baseball should do. If singles are harder and doubles are harder to get now, and home runs are easier, in a way, get rid of this damn shift. How many times do you see a single or an extra base hit stolen by a shortstop that's positioned in right field or a third baseman who's positioned in right field? How many times do you see that? And, do we want to have more and more people lay down bunts down the the third base line to try and get on base? It's vice versa because of this shift. How do you beat a shift? By hitting it over their damn heads. Instead of just bashing your head into a wall, into four people on the right side of a diamond, or three people and somebody positioned damn near on the right side of a diamond right around second base. How do you beat that shift? Here's how you beat it. You can lay down a bunt, which to me isn't very exciting. You can hit a home run. Hit it over their heads. Hit over everybody's heads, and you don't have to worry about a shift. So, to me, and again, I know that there's the metrics Three-pointers are potentially more efficient than two-pointers in the NBA and in college. And in baseball, a 3-run homer, as we saw last night, is a lot more powerful than a rally. But a rally is more interesting than a game where it's decided in the ninth inning with a home run and everybody else is pretty much damn near striking out. And I understand in the metrics world, they may be teaching kids in A and AA and AAA, don't worry about your swing. Don't shorten your swing with 2 strikes. Just keep swinging. And if you hit, it doesn't matter. As long as the ball speed coming off your bat is over 100 some odd miles an hour, we'll bring you up to the majors. We see these metrics, but it's going to kill the game. It really is. Get rid of that damn shift. And here's how you do it. 2 people on the left side of the diamond, 2 people on the right side of the diamond. Period. End of story. And that maybe if you want to stick them in right field or whatever, stick your second baseman in right field, then guess what? A dribbler over the pitcher's mound is a base hit. You're opening yourself up. Open the damn game up. Open it up. This shift is killing it. I really believe it. What say you? 844-204-RICH. I can't stand the number of times that these. So baseball is basically saying this with the shift: bunt your way on, or try and hit it over everybody's heads. And if it doesn't work, strike out.
Bunt your way on, unless someone has a no-hitter, then you're going to get thrown at.
The unwritten rules too. Right, that's another fix. Write out the unwritten rules. Write them out. But in that's being half serious. Being fully serious here. I know I am oversimplifying it. I really do. And I know that there's so much metrics that go into this and maybe some math that tells me that my fix will not work. Maybe so. But to me, I'd rather see a game wide open up. When we grew up, there were no shifts. There was no shifts. There were rallies. There were doubles. There were triples. There were singles. There were 5 hits in an inning. I'd rather see that than what we're seeing right now.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.